Hi, it's Hannah. Just before we start, let me do some preparation. As you see, I'm putting on a footprint mask. Think about the symbols we've learned so far. There are some general rules. First off, things drawn in detail is to emphasize its importance. Second, unusual things are there to draw your attention. The footprint mask applies to both of these rules here. I, the foot-headed man, represent a pioneer, someone who always acts faster than anyone else. In a way, I'm like a tour guide. In the modern edition, instead of standing, I'm sitting down. And it makes sense, since people who go first usually finish first. Therefore, they'll also get more time to relax. In other words, this symbol also means first and before. I need a break after all that work. Whew, this mask sure is heavy. Huh? It looks like my resting posture unintentionally inspired our artists to try something else. We ended up with this pose, which our artists felt could convey the idea of one person stops here. But the concept of this illustration is not about this person or the action stop. It's more about the location here, the spot I'm currently at. In other words, it means here and this. Let's recap. Despite standing here becoming sitting here in the modern version, the concept here doesn't change. Let's go back to the foot-headed man. Question: if this foot-headed man symbol can express the idea of first and before, what about behind or after? What if I put the footprint mark here? That looks more like I'm carrying it on my back. So then, how do we illustrate the concept behind? In what situation would I lag behind from others? Yes, if I'm chained down, I'll definitely have difficulty catching up. This 8-looking shape here is a rope. Rope? Yes, ask any girl how they'd plait their hair. It's basically the same as braiding a rope. This image is actually a step-by-step braiding illustration. Quite clever, don't you think? Our artists decided to use these two images to express the concept behind, as it's difficult to speed up with a pair of chained feet. Then, they added a road symbol to help visualize the scenario better. A chained person walking on the road. There certainly is no way that person won't lag behind. Later on in the modern edition, the rope transformed into a lightning-shaped figure. Maybe they found a new way for braiding? In conclusion, a foot-headed man goes first and takes a rest here to wait for the chained person who's left behind. That's all from me today. See you next time.